Breakker suspended.
Gunther's a genius.
And the Alpha Academy.
What?
Just the Alpha Academy. Hello, willkommen. Nailed it yet again to Wrestle MSX. I'm Michael.
I'm Sally.
And we open with the new women's tag team champions, IYO SKY and Rhea Ripley. After introducing themselves as the new champions and Sky saying no one's ready for them, Rhea issues a challenge. So out come Roxanne Perez and Liv Morgan. Liv tells them they can do things the easy way or the hard way. They can either give them the titles or they'll take them. Next out, Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Of course, they say they deserve a title shot, with Sky then going off at both teams in Japanese. The Kabuki Warriors then drag the tag champs out the ring, with the Warriors then entering the ring and brawling with the other four women. Of course, Rio come back, clear the ring, and stand tall.
Backstage, Jackie Redmond asks AJ Styles why it's personal with Gunther. Respect, comes the reply. Styles then vows to make Gunther tap out. We also see Morgan ask Balor what he's waiting for and to stop playing games. Perez backs her colleague, with Balor telling them to watch.
First up, Javon Evans versus Bravo Americano. Americano, of course, with his family. Evans starts well, but Grande gets in a cheap shot, allowing Bravo to fight back and even get in a 2-count cover. It doesn't last for long though, as a Spanish fly from the top rope and an OG cutter get the 3-count for Evans. After the match, the Americanos lay waste to Evans, or rather try to, as he hightails it up the rampway.
Backstage, Adam Pearce asks Paul Heyman where Bron Breakker is, and then tells him that when he sees him, to tell him to go home. Jey Uso comes out during the ad break and sends out a warning shot to all the other tag teams. No Jimmy, for some reason, probably just didn't really fancy it.
Always pregnant and can't fly.
Yeah, this is true.
Out next, the champion CM Punk, and his plan is to be champion forever. The road to WrestleMania goes through him, with him also adding that the Vision are firmly in his rearview mirror. He's looking forward to his next challenge and then wraps up and thanks Dusseldorf. Of course, this isn't the end, as out comes Finn Balor. Balor says he isn't waiting for the Rumble or the Elimination Chamber. Punk says fine, I'll go to the back and grab my gear. Balor fires back, nah, we'll fight next week for the title in Belfast. Punk says Balor's disappointed the German crowd and says he'll still win.
Next up, a women's triple threat tag team number 1 contenders match between the Kabuki Warriors, Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, and the Judgment Day women Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. Difficult to call every move, as I'm sure you can imagine. It was very hectic, but not in a bad way. We had a double Tower of Doom with the crowd chanting "This is awesome," which it was, with Sane then dropping an insane elbow to Lyra, which the ref didn't count as there was no tag.
Bayley then dropped her own elbow to Sane, but Oscar made the save, with Roxanne then hitting pop rocks to Bayley and covering, but only for 2. Morgan then rounded things off with Oblivion to Sane and covered for the 1, 2, 3.
Wrong language.
What?
Never mind. Becky Lynch drops a promo, same old spiel, and then adds her and Dupri end next week in Belfast, when she defends her Intercontinental title against her.
Backstage, Jackie Redmond checks in with Maxxine Dupri, with Dupri saying she belongs and finally believes in herself. Last week was just a setback, and then vows to put Becky in an ankle lock and break her ankle.
Michael Cole welcomes out Raquel Rodriguez next and asks why she attacked Stephanie Vaquer last week. Raquel Rodriguez says people change and she felt cheated out of the title shot and that she's not waiting any longer. Vaquer then comes out, Rodriguez heads off, and Vaquer speaks a little Spanish down the camera. Rodriguez, though, comes back out and attacks Vaquer, with the focus of the attacks on Vaquer's injured ankle.
We then see the Alpha Academy ask Jey for a tag title shot, with Jey saying he'll speak to his brother.
Up next, Bronson Reed and the insider Austin Theory taking on Dragon Lee and Penta. Logan Paul at ringside. Theory, back to the trunks again, dominates Penta, with Reed then coming in and taking a beating from the Luchadors. Reed fights back by military pressing Lee onto the top turnbuckle, with Theory coming back in and taking control again.
During the match, we learn that Paul has now become a full-timer. Yay. With Reed just about taking Lee's head off with a clothesline. Penta and Theory come back in, with Theory suffering a backstabber and 2-count cover. Paul then eats a double super kick when on the apron, with Lee then diving out at Paul and Theory. The match then gets thrown out as Breakker spears Lee.
Breakker then spears Penta and sets up to spear Lee again, but Adam Pearce appears from nowhere and stops Breakker, telling him to go home. As he does, you can see in the background Reed tsunami Penta. Pearce then gets in the ring and berates Reed, with Breakker then spearing Lee in the ring. Pearce, now incandescent with rage, spins Breakker around and goes off on him again. Breakker snaps, puts his hands on Pearce, and then asks him what he's going to do.
Well, what is he going to do?
The Vision managed to pull Breakker away, with the whole lot of them then heading up the rampway.
Backstage, we see Javon Evans tell Penta and Lee he has their backs if they need him, with us then cutting to Pearce chasing after Breakker. Pearce tells Breakker he's suspended indefinitely, with the pair then butting heads. Heyman then tells Pearce he made a mistake, with Pearce thinking he's referring to Breakker. Heyman isn't though, and reminds Pearce that he put his hands on Breakker first.
Last match of the night, AJ Styles versus the Ring General, Gunther. Styles starts well, sending Gunther from the ring 3 times. Styles then climbs to the top turnbuckle, but Gunther chops him down with 1 chop and sends him crashing down to the outside. Styles comes back with strikes, but a clothesline puts him down again. Gunther does his best, you can't see me, but this opens the door for Styles as he targets Gunther's legs.
Styles lands the Pele kick and then locks in the calf crusher, but Gunther reaches the bottom rope. Styles lands a great looking 360 leg drop to Gunther's injured leg and covers, but only for 2. A phenomenal forearm then gets dodged and turned into a sleeper, which AJ escapes, with Gunther then hitting a powerbomb and covering again for 2.
The two then exchange mid-ring chops, with Styles once again locking in the calf crusher, only for Gunther, of course, to fight out. Gunther lands his big drop kick and sets up for another powerbomb, but Styles counters and locks in another calf crusher. Styles then lets go of the move as Gunther tapped out, only the ref never saw it.
Styles argued that Gunther tapped, with the ref saying he never saw it and told the ring announcer that the match will continue. While the refs talking to Alicia Taylor are not looking, Gunther low blows Styles, hits a powerbomb and then stacks AJ up for the 1, 2, 3. Raw goes off the air with a gloating Gunther saying he is the greatest in the company. Unbelievable. It was fantastic. I think for me, the women's triple threat Contenders #1 tag team title match.
Yeah.
Could you get any more words in there? Was possibly the better match of the night. Obviously, the Javon Evans against Bravo was just obviously showcasing him again.
Yeah.
No problem. He spoke to Dragon Lee and Penta, so I can see them 3 going to be teaming up against the Vision somewhere down the line. We also learned that Logan Paul's now full-time. Yeah. Bron Breakker now suspended. I can see him coming back. Well, does that mean he's not in the Rumble? I mean, how long's the suspension for? That's the problem. So
I mean,
probably
was
not till the
McIntyre
Rumble.
ever really suspended?
No, so I don't know when he's coming
He'll
back.
be back next week.
Well, yeah, of course he will, just lurking around.
Yeah.
But Adam Pearce popping up and stopping Bron Breakker's super spear was fantastic. Just like, oh, where's he come from? But anyway, now for my moment of the night. This could be a match, a line, a look, a promo, something funny, interesting, quirky, different, just something that catches my eye. Obviously, it has to wait until the end because if I do it halfway through and it's something that happens at the end, it's kind of a spoiler. So Michael's moment of the night is Gunther's unseen tap out. For me, it was genius. He tapped out of sight of the ref, with Styles thinking then that he'd won.
Yep.
So Styles released the move. The ref spoke to the ring announcer saying, no, I didn't see no tappings out. The match must continue, because he never saw the tap out. And then Gunther cheated with a low blow, which again, the ref didn't see. Obviously, this rivalry will continue, but it was just brilliant, in my mind, from Gunther. I've never seen anything like that. The only other person that springs to mind with stuff like that is Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah. I could 100% see him doing
Dom has tried
the old taking off the boot and things.
Yeah,
but
there were laces,
yeah,
which Guerrero did do back in the day.
The slapping the mat with a chair and throwing it.
Yeah, and throwing it.
People have done that.
Yeah, and Dom has picked up on it and he's done it. And for people new to wrestling, not new, but if you never saw Guerrero, obviously like, wow, that's mind blowing. But it's been done before. But the tapping out and the ref not seeing it, I've never seen that. I'm not saying it's never happened. It's possibly happened somewhere. But, somebody's probably seen. Yeah, I've seen that before.
More
in
than
2015, brilliant. But
on a show no one watched.
What a nerd. But for me, fantastic. Just absolutely loved it. He's gone off gloating. This is going to continue.
Of course.
I don't know how long it's going to continue for, but brilliant.
If you want to agree or have any thoughts or views that you'd like to share with us, then please feel free to leave them in that comment section just down below there. Don't forget to go and check out our Musings video because a new one does drop every Wednesday.
Happy New Year! Can we still say that?
I don't think
Okay, that's the last one. But thank you for watching.
And we'll see you Wednesday for a look at this past week in WWE and Saturday when we take a look at SmackDown.